diversity at work.
90% of women have suffered some sort of sexual violence here in Mexico. We want to stay alive, they shout. The extreme end of gender violence is femicide. Women murdered because of their gender. Irene Buendia says her daughter Mariana was killed by her husband after a history of violence, but the death was recorded as a suicide as part of a cover-up by authorities. After 5 years of campaigning, the Supreme Court finally ordered the death to be reinvestigated from a gender perspective. The first thing they say is, what did your daughter do to him to treat her like that? What did she do to make him kill her, she tells me. But men don't own women. Just because there's a problem in a relationship or a marriage doesn't mean that death is the solution, that murder is the answer.
Getting to the heart of the problem, though, is a challenge. Official statistics often can't be relied upon, and families don't want to report a crime because they're scared of authorities. And even when they do, it's estimated that 99% of crimes here in Mexico go unsolved. Impunity is terrifying.
Not far from the capital, they're trying to tackle the root of the problem, focusing on improving the behaviour of the perpetrators so they don't reoffend.
If we only focus on the victim, the perpetrator will continue to be violent in new relationships. Sadly, perpetrators of domestic violence are born seducers, so they finish one relationship and move on to the next. So we saw the need to focus on them too.
Alberto is on the course. Sentenced to 28 years in prison for killing and raping 2 women, he's now free and says he has a very different attitude.
It was all about me. Machismo. It was me, me, me. I belittled women. I had that bad attitude that women would be under my control, but I know that not to be true now.
But while a handful receive help, it's woefully inadequate. Authorities have failed to get to grips with the problem through lack of resources or willing, and women keep dying. Katie Watson, BBC News in Mexico.